How's it going, everybody? It's Bobby again. So, I'm going to show you Conky Studio and how to actually get started, plus a couple added features. So, what you can do is that when you don't know where to start, you can do a couple of things. First, you can go to Help, click Get Started, and it's just going to give you an overview of everything. Um, if you really want more information, you can go over here to the actual GitHub, and there is a 22-page wiki. It's a lot of reading, I know, but it's there just in case you need it. Um, you can get this either from Open Desktop or from the GitHub. They're both up to date with the latest release. And we can also do, if we go back to Help, we can go to Learn Studio. Now, what Learn Studio does is it's actually going to go through a tour. So we just click Next, and it's going to tell us everything. And then we finish. There we go. And that tour is always going to be there if you want it. You can click Support. It'll take you to the Discord, or it'll take you to this channel here. And then you can do Check for Updates. Right now we are on the recent update, so we're good there. Now, it's not going to automatically download the update, okay? There are two paths to this. Number one is going back to the GitHub or Open Desktop and downloading the new one, or you can actually go to Griffin Installer, and I will pull that up actually real quick. Or Griffin Updater, sorry. And if you have this downloaded, which this does actually self-update itself, so the Griffin Updater does self-update, you can download this, and this actually has in its apps registry Conky Studio. So you can use that to update Conky Studio instead of having to go back and forth, and it has its own checker, so you don't have to sit there and say, I need to update this now. It will auto update for you every time. So there's that. Then you can check the tools and everything you want to, like you can install fonts, you can look at your hardware session. This will also alert you just to make sure that, hey, so you're on a not supported Linux distro, your compositor or whatever have you is going to say, this is not supported, you can't use this. So, because I mean, you'll be able to use the UI, but Conky being Conky, you'll have some different stuff that might not match up very well. So, now if you want a good starting point, okay, because this is just this whole entire gauge right here with the CPU usage. This is just pretty much a blank canvas for you to do whatever you want, and it's just giving a quick example of what to do. But if you want a better starting point than just one widget, just hit New HUD. So Project New HUD. So this is your theme wizard, okay? These are pre-installed themes that you can work off from to give you a little head start. So we can do minimal, RPG, sci-fi, gaming, terminal, cyberpunk, fantasy, and Batman. So let's just do with minimal for now. So we'll take off network and we'll put on calendar and moon. We do have battery if you are on a laptop. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit create. Now, as you can see, there are a bunch of nodes here, a bunch of them. Okay. So if we hit start here, this is what you're going to want to do. You want to always hit start so that way you get your live preview up. And we can start moving these nodes around. Moving the nodes does not move the actual widgets at all. So we can go ahead and start moving these around. And then we can start changing different things if we want to. So we've got process count. We've got kernel version, uptime. I need my glasses because I have, or I could do this, or I can just do this. I can just zoom in, you know. I should probably wear my glasses though. Now the thing is, if we actually click the new HUD again just to look at it, you can actually choose your actual screen resolution. It starts at 1920 by 1080, so smaller screens are not supported just yet. So keep that in mind. So anything that's 1920 by 1080 and above to 4K will be fine. And as you can see, like I said, this is a lot here. It's all a lot. But we can actually do something quite simple. So I'm actually going to zoom out again, so that way I can have all this in one go. I can move these nodes together. I can move these closer together as well. I'll go ahead and I'll move this over here. Now all we're doing, we're just separating it out, right? So when we do this, what we can do is we can take our, we can go hit shift and we can left click and we can drag our mouse and you can see it all gets highlighted. I right click both of those, the moon phase and the rectangle. We'll hit group selection. We'll just call it moon. We'll hit enter. And now these are grouped together. We can change the rectangle size. So right now it's 160, which if we want it to match up to the actual calendar, if I'm not mistaken, is 300. So we'll do 300. And yes, it is. So you can change your width, you can change your height. So, and then with the group selection, once you're done editing it, you can collapse it and move it around for better organization if you want to. Now, if we want to open this back up, I've already shown you this before in a previous video, but I'm going to show you this again because it's available on not just the gauges, it's also available on other things. We're going to actually do the moon here. So we can do lift face color. We can change that to whatever we want to. We can change the end color to something different as well. However, we can also change the gradient. So we can get like a shadowed effect, like as if the moon is being shadowed. We can change the rim color, which is the outside of the moon, label color. We can do all kinds of stuff. We can even do corner brackets if we want to. Or you can just shut those off and use the rectangle. So this all varies on what you want to do. You can change the astronomy to southern hemisphere, many different things. Many different things. But this is how you get started. You can just use this, you can play around with it, change the values. You don't have to work too hard on this because you've seen that you can have a working theme, a basic working theme at that, actually, to work off of, so you're not starting from zero. Especially if you've never used Conky before, this is actually a fantastic way to start. You get to see everything, learn everything. So if I were to move the CPU usage here, do that, and then we can go ahead and we can highlight and group all those as well. And we can type those as CP, not CPI, CPU. So we can do that, and we can just organize everything that we want to. So now here's the thing. You can only click one at a time to actually edit. If I were to actually highlight all these, right? As you can see here, all you can do is just change this right here because it's only highlighting CPU usage. If I were to try to highlight the entire group, nothing's going to happen in the properties. So you can't change the colors in the group unless you choose the individual nodes inside that group. That is for maximum customization, because you may want one gradient for maybe one of your widgets, and maybe the rectangle you want a different gradient. So it wouldn't make sense to actually combine everything to actually do that. Because what you could do is that you could just go in here and maybe you like one color. If I were to choose end color here, I can copy the HTML, or I can copy any other value, any number of things. Okay. You can add custom colors. So we can do pretty much whatever we want. So, and you see it will save that there. Then if we go over here, we can now choose that custom color for any number of other nodes. So it's all varying on what your goal is and what you want to do. This makes using Conky so much simpler. And you can see the workflow is very simple, very intuitive. So, and that's it. That's how you get started. So, and if you got any other questions, join the Discord. More than happy to answer any questions you got. And you all have a good one. Bye-bye.